Dear students, welcome to the last part of reciprocating pump. Air vessel is a closed chamber connected to either suction or delivery pipe of a reciprocating pump at a point close to the pump cylinder. The air vessels are used in reciprocating pump to maintain almost a constant discharge in the suction and delivery pipe, to reduce or minimize the fluid acceleration in the pipe, to reduce the frictional losses in the suction and delivery pipe. The main advantage of fitting air vessel on the suction side of a reciprocating pump is that the pump can run at a higher speed without any danger of separation, and it can be placed at a greater elevation above the water level in the sump. In its top portion, air vessel contains air. The vessel on the suction side has pressure below atmospheric, whereas the pressure on the other vessel on delivery side has above atmospheric pressure. The level of water in the vessel rises and the air is compressed. And when the pressure in the pipeline falls, the compressed air forces the water into the delivery pipe. During the suction stroke, the pump discharge is zero and the flow in the delivery pipe is maintained by the stored water in the air vessel. For a single cylinder, single acting reciprocating pump, the volume of air vessel is usually 6 to 9 times the pump displacement volume. Cavitation also takes place in reciprocating pump. For obtain maximum speed of a reciprocating pump, the pressure in the cylinder during the suction and delivery stroke should not fall below the vapor pressure of the liquid flowing through the suction and delivery pipe. And if the pressure in the cylinder falls below the vapor pressure, the dissolved gases will be liberated from the liquid and cavitation will take place. Indicator diagram of a reciprocating pump is a graph between the pressure head in the cylinder and the distance traveled by the piston from inner dead center for one complete revolution of the crank. The pressure head in the cylinder during the suction and delivery strokes can be changed At the beginning of the suction stroke, theta is equal to 0 degree. So that HAS is equal to Ls by G into capital A by small as into omega square r cos 0 degree, where HAS is the pressure head due to the acceleration in the suction pipe, Ls is the length of the suction pipe, capital A is the area of the plunger, small as is the area of the suction pipe, omega is the angular speed of the crank, and small r is the crank radius. So that we can rewrite the equation as HAS is equal to Ls by G into capital A by small as into omega square r. But HFS is equal to 0, where HFS is the pressure head lost in friction in the suction pipe. So that the pressure head in the cylinder will be HS plus HAS below the atmospheric pressure head. At the middle of the suction stroke, HAS becomes 0 and HFS is equal to 4F into Ls divided by ds into 2G into capital A by small as into omega r whole square, where ds is the diameter of the suction pipe. Thus, the pressure head in the cylinder will be HS plus HFS below the atmospheric pressure head. At the end of the suction stroke, HAS is equal to minus Ls by G into capital A by small as into omega square r, but HFS is equal to 0. So, the pressure head in the cylinder becomes HS minus HAS, which is below the atmospheric pressure head. At the beginning of the delivery stroke, HAD, which is the pressure head due to the acceleration in the delivery pipe, is equal to minus LD by G into capital A by small ad into omega squared r, where small ld is the length of the delivery pipe and small ad is the area of the delivery pipe. But HFD, that is the head lost due to the friction in the delivery pipe, is 0. So, the pressure head in the cylinder will be HD plus HAD, which is above the atmospheric pressure head. In the middle of the delivery stroke, HAD becomes 0, but HFD, which is the head loss due to friction in the delivery pipe, will become 4F into LD divided by DD into 2G into capital A by small ad into omega r whole square, where small dd is the dia of the delivery pipe. So the pressure head in the cylinder will become HD plus HFD above the atmospheric pressure head. At the end of the delivery stroke, HAD is equal to minus LD by G into capital A by small ad into omega square r, but HFD is equal to 0. So the pressure head in the cylinder will become Hd minus HAD, which is above the atmospheric pressure head. From the figure, the area of the indicator diagram A dash B G dash C dash H D dash is equal to area of A dash B dash G dash C dash H dash D dash plus area of the parabola A dash G B dash plus area of the parabola C dash H D dash. But the area of A dash B G dash C dash H D dash is equal to the area of A B C D, so that we can write it as HS plus HT into L, where HS is the suction head, HT is the delivery head. Now area of the parabola A dash G B dash is equal to A dash B dash into 2/3 of G dash I, which can be rewritten as 2/3 AB into GG dash, so that we can write 2/3 into L into HFS. Also, the area of the parabola C dash H D dash is equal to C dash D dash into 2/3 into H dash J. We can rewrite the equation as 2/3 into C dash D dash into H dash J, which is equal to 2/3 into CD into H dash H from the figure. Also, this equation can be written as 2/3 into L into HFD, where L is the length of stroke, and from the figure CD is equal to L and H dash H is equal to HFD. So, the area of the indicator diagram will be HS plus HT into capital L plus 2/3 L into HFS plus 2/3 L into HFT, so that we can rewrite the equation as HS plus HT plus 2/3 of HFS plus 2/3 of HFT into L. But also, the work done by the pump is directly proportional to the area of the indicator diagram. So, we can write that work done by the pump per second is directly proportional to HS plus HT plus 2/3 of HFS plus 2/3 of HFT into L. This can be rewritten as K into L into HS plus HT plus 2/3 of HFS plus 2/3 of HFT, where K is the constant of proportionality, which is equal to rho GA into N divided by 60 for single acting pump and 2 rho GA into N by 60 for double acting pump, so that the work done by the pump per second can be equal to rho G A L N by 60 into HS plus HT plus 2/3 of HFS plus 2/3 of HFT for single acting reciprocating pump and 2 rho G A L N by 60 into HS plus HD plus 2/3 of HFS plus 2/3 of HFT for double acting reciprocating pump. The lecture on reciprocating pump is now completed. Thank you students for listening the lecture.